Hi guys, welcome back after the Christmas. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday. If it was anything like mine, it was full of purging and releasing and a lot of emotions. A bit like what 2025 gave us. Like 2025 was the year of the snake, so a year of shedding, but also a year of transformation. We had a lot of endings this year, a lot of releasing this year, but also a lot of breakthroughs. So that's what we have to remember. We are transforming into our best selves. My name is Angela Cleary. I'm a feminine empowerment coach. I specialise in healing after narcissistic abuse, and I also offer twin flame and spiritual guidance. This is the thing. 2025 was tough. It's not even over yet. And this is the thing actually I found out the other day, right? The year of the snake is obviously the year of shedding, the year of releasing. So all of us had a really, really, really fucked up year. But I only found out this week that the year of the snake doesn't actually end till the 16th of February, which is my birthday. And I'm like, oh my God, it's going to be a big birthday because at the end of the day, I'll be finally out of this year. But this is the thing. This year was fucked up. And all I could think about initially was how hard it was, how difficult it was. And it was just somebody commented on one of my posts and it reminded me of how important it was as well. And then I looked back on the whole year. And even though we've had many storms throughout this last year, we've had so much releasing, so much letting go of things that no longer serve us, so much shedding of that skin, not only saying goodbye to things that don't serve us anymore, but saying goodbye to the old version of ourselves. And it's been fucking hard. The whole year was fucked up, but there was one bit towards around September, October, that was really, really difficult. But we got through it. And this is the thing to remember. And this is what I did remember from that comment was literally, this was one fucked up year, but it was also a year of breakthroughs, a year of transformation. And that's what we have to remember. It wasn't just a year of releasing. As with the snake is about transformation, not just shedding your old skin, but becoming your best self, transforming into your best self. So even though we had many storms this year, we also had many successes, many achievements. I look back now and, as I said, all I was remembering was the heavy stuff. All I was remembering was the darkness and the amount of tears I've cried in this past, I suppose, couple of months alone. But this year has been really, really, it's tsunami kind of energy. But all I could really concentrate on was how much I'd struggled through this year. But now I look back and I realize, even though I went through so much, I achieved so much. This is the funny part, usually when we're going through purges or, throughout our transformational journey, our healing journey, we tend to remain stagnant. When we're going through that deep healing, we tend to slow down. We tend to remain, I suppose, in that one position. It's like one step forward, two steps back, one step forward, two steps back. But with this year, it felt like we were going 2 steps back, but 10 steps forward. 2 steps back. It sounds weird, but genuinely, I look back now and I'm like, I struggled so much this year, but I also became a really confident version of myself. I'm completely different than I was the end of 2024. And I look back on, this is why it's so important to measure. I think holidays are a really good time to measure something because you can actually remember holidays more than you remember bits and parts of the year. So for me, last Christmas, last year, it's really, really weird. Because this week was hard for me. Christmas week was very difficult for me this year, but I'm stronger now. So last year, Christmas was hard for me, but I was weaker. I wasn't as confident as I am now. So getting through last year was more difficult because I still had a lot of fear around me last year. So I was a different version of myself. And I see all the steps that I have gone through 2025. And I've achieved and succeeded so much. I've done things that I thought I wasn't ready to do. Do you know what I mean? I started doing workshops and webinars and I was things that I wasn't ready for and thought I wasn't ready for. And when you're in the depths of healing, you really don't think you're ready for anything. You really don't. But the secret with any kind of healing progress or anything that you're trying to achieve, you push through. And even though we've had one fucked up fucking year, we really did push through all the storms. We didn't let them set us back. We didn't let them pull us back down. You know what I mean? Oftentimes throughout our journey, we do get pushed back. We do get slowed down. We do end up stagnant. And, every time I was going through a purge, I was like, oh, I'm stuck. And, there's nothing happening. And then I'm like, yeah, there is. This week is different to last week. This week I achieved more than I did last week. Do you know what I mean? So I have this image of us, these rain jackets on, and we're pushing through this wind and this rain, and it's just like, but we're keep going. Whereas like say 2024 or prior to 2024, we couldn't push through that wind. We couldn't push through that rain. We couldn't push through that storm. So we were healing, but we couldn't push forward. We were healing in a stagnant position. Whereas this year, we healed while moving forward. Do you know what I mean? So everything that was supposed to knock us fucking down literally made us stronger. And that's the thing, this is the thing with healing. I've come to discover this. We do heal in layers. The first layer is, I won't say easy. The first layer is small because we're not ready to heal intensely. But the first layer makes us stronger. So the second layer is actually harder, but we're stronger. The third layer is harder again, but we're stronger again. So the last fucking layer is fucking horrendous. It's all the layers put together, literally, to try and push us back. It's a big, massive test. This is effectively what 2025 was. It was our ultimate test. It was like asking us to face everything again, all at once, to see how strong we are. Are we ready, or are we going to go backwards? This is what it was. You know what I mean? And like every fucking storm we pushed through this year was literally saying, go backwards, go backwards, go back to your old life. Here's some temptation. Here's this, you know what I mean? You're going to fail, all this thoughts in your head, trying to push you backwards. But we pushed through that fucking storm and we came out stronger every single time. And I think that's the beauty of it. This might have been probably one of the worst years we've ever experienced, but we're the strongest we've ever been. And this was our test of faith. It was really our test. It's like, are you really ready to let go of the fucking past, or are you going to stay stuck? And this is what the tests were. Every single time we had to push through another storm, we literally were put with that question. It was like, are you going to keep going, or are you going to fucking go backwards? This is effectively it. And the thing is, so much tests come from the past. Past people coming up, past memories coming up, past relationship energy coming up. All this stuff to remind us of what we've been through. And this was another thing for me, being reminded of past relationships. And my first reaction was anger towards myself for going through that, or for doing that, or for this, that, the other, for making these decisions. And then I had to forgive myself and say, no. You were in an unhealed position. You were in a trauma bubble. So this is why you chose past relationships. You were unhealed. Whereas now, you're stronger for it. And instead of me staying in, we had the choice effectively, being reminded of our past and going backwards and saying, oh my God, I'm so angry with myself. How could you do that? And then actually feeling that energy and getting stuck there. Or really realizing, wow, look at what I escaped from. Look at how strong I am now because I actually came out of that. And that's what it was. It was the test of seeing, are you going to go back into the energy of victimhood, of weakness, in a sense, of, a lack of strength, and reminded of that pain and getting stuck back down there? Or were you going to face that pain and say, hey, look at me now. She was an unhealed version of me. She was in a trauma bubble. I forgive her, even though she didn't need forgiveness. Effectively, we didn't do anything wrong. And then I was able to say, look at me now. I actually ended up finding a SIM card, or an SD card from 10 years ago from my toxic relationship, the end of it. I was still drunk though, and the sound of my voice, and it was horrendous. It was just so drunk. But it was my ex was in it, stuff that he said, narcissistic stuff. And I was literally brought back into that energy. And I finally said to myself, this is actually 10 years later. I was drunk all the time. There was beer cans everywhere. There was ashtrays, mess everywhere. Oh, you know what I mean? It was just such a toxic energy, a toxic environment. And now I can look around my environment and go, this is peace. This is tranquility. This is my sanctuary. Do you know, I don't drink. I don't even smoke anymore. Do you know what I mean? So like literally I have a clean environment, a cleansed environment, but also a cleansed inner environment as well. So I was able to actually say to myself, well done. You actually came out of that. And this is how strong you are now. So this was what the reminders of this year was for. Not to bring you back down, not to make you feel weak again, not to make you feel disempowered, but to actually empower you, to show you how strong you really are. We escaped that stuff. And we escaped that stuff when we didn't have the power to escape it effectively. Do you know what I mean? As we're growing, as we're healing, we're more aware now. We're conscious. So we're able to navigate our lives better. But we escaped those relationships when we didn't or those situations or whatever they were in a trauma bubble where we had no awareness of anything. We were at our weakest, at our most vulnerable, and we escaped those things. And we've climbed this mountain over and over again. We've been climbing and climbing and climbing. We're black and blue. Our fucking hands and feet are bleeding from all the climbing we're doing. But we did it. And this year was here to show us everything that we've done, everything we've been through, everything we've escaped, everything we've achieved. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of us might think, okay, I haven't moved forward much, or, you know, am I still stuck? But look at how much you actually have done. You know what I mean? And I still look back on this year and I'm like, wow, okay. And this was something that came to me as well. We fought through these storms this year. We fucking fought through them. We didn't let them hold us back, right? So we became even more stronger because we kept going. So we actually achieved things through the darkness, through the storms. So next year, 2026, the year of the horse, it doesn't start till 17th February. But this year is a year of action. It's a year of actually getting a reward. It's a year of actually feeling that momentum, seeing that abundance, seeing all of our hard work pay off. And this is the thing, right? There's always the rainbows after the storm. So 2026 is going to be our rainbows, right? But look at, like, the way I see it is, if we can achieve so much through our darkness, what can we achieve through the sunshine and rainbows? Do you know what I mean? If we can actually make magic in our pain, through our purging, what can we do when we're out of it? That, to me, is the most exciting thing, really, to look forward to for this next year. Is that we fought through something that was supposed to fucking effectively trying to kill us or break us. To break us back down into zero. That's what that test was. That storm was. The storm of 2025, that shedding of the old skin, was there to try and break us. But we got through it. And we got through it the strongest version we will ever be. And now we get to start manifesting through our strength. Do you know, through the sunshine. So as I said, if we can, like, the amount of things that we achieved this year in spite of those storms, that was huge. To be able to manifest through darkness is a really big achievement. So next year we're going to be able to manifest through light, through love, through higher energy. We're going to be all rainbows and unicorns next year, and I fucking know it. We will. So this is the thing to remember. Even if you've had one of the most fucked up years that you've ever had, which is effectively what we all have had, we still achieved so much through it. You know what I mean? I'm like, you know, even this last week, and the last few weeks of this year, like literally we're on the last week, aren't we? We've only a few days left. Well, we've only a few days left in 2026, but we still have a little bit more time left with the year of the snake. But even this last week was for me anyway, personally, it was horrendous. The purging I did, the crying, the emotions, it was really intense. But that was a choice that I made. You know, I've been wanting to shed everything this last few weeks. But as I said, we're coming out on top. We're coming out stronger. We're still actually manifesting. We're still achieving. We're still succeeding through these storms. So give yourself credit for that. You've done so much when the whole universe effectively was trying. Well, it wasn't trying. It was trying to test you, trying to bring you back down, or not trying to bring you back down, but showing you that you won't be brought back down. You will not go back down to the way you were. You will not repeat your past. You're too strong for that now. If you can fight through those storms and still achieve, then that is literally a sure sign that you are becoming your best self, and that next year is going to really show you the reward for what you've been through. So what I'm trying to say is be grateful for this year. Because even though it was a fucked up, stormy, I don't know, it was full of darkness, it was full of pain, it was full of crying, it was full of purging, it was also full of transformation, full of achievement and full of success. And you are stronger now than you've ever been. And that's the most beautiful thing. You know, and that's one thing I can look back on from this time last year, is last year I was still in a fear-based energy. I was still very, I still lacked a lot of confidence. And even though I've had a very tough year and a very tough week, I am actually so much better than I've ever been. So see that part of it. See the growth and see the transformation rather than seeing the darkness. So thank you so much for listening today, and I really hope this resonates. If it does, please like and share, and please subscribe to my channel so I can reach as many people as possible. And if you like helping your journey, please book me for a free discovery call today. I'd love nothing more than to help in your path. Also, I have another channel called Aligning with Angie, where I share a guided meditation every week. The info for that is in the description box.